For decades, we've all thought of humanoid robots as something straight out of science fiction. Or maybe you've seen those viral videos online. But wow, something fundamental has really shifted. We're moving way beyond the lab and seeing the birth of a whole new industrial reality. And to really get what's going on, we've got to look back at where we came from.
Okay, so this is the key thing you need to get. There are two totally different worlds here. On one side, you've got what I call gimmick robots. Yeah, they were fun to watch, but they were super clumsy, right? And they couldn't really leave the lab. But now we're talking about industrial humanoids. These things are designed for actual factory work. They're smart, thanks to AI, and they're genuinely useful. This isn't just a little upgrade, folks. This is a whole new ballgame.
So, let's just hop in the time machine for a second. For the last few years, whenever you saw one of these robots, it was probably part of what we can call the age of gimmicks.
I mean, think about it. What did we see? We saw videos of robots falling over, a lot, or maybe doing some silly dance, or, picking up one perfect little block in a super controlled lab environment. And look, that stuff was important, for sure, but it was all just lab experiments. It was about potential, not about actually doing a job. Cool to watch, absolutely. Functional in the real world, not a chance.
Well, you can kiss that era goodbye, because it is officially over. We have hit the tipping point. These machines are crossing that line from being just an experiment to being, well, essential.
And who's leading the charge? Of course, it's Tesla's Optimus. But here's the thing that's so important to understand. This isn't about doing backflips. It's about being useful. Optimus is already doing basic jobs. And get this, it's being built from day one to be mass-produced. It's learning on the job, in the real world, right where it's going to be working.
And hey, it's not just a one-robot show. You've got to meet the competition, the Unitree R1. This thing is an amazing example of just how far the hardware has come. It's got 26 motorized joints. That means its movements are starting to look incredibly real. It can do complex physical things that were pure science fiction just a couple of years back. Seriously, this level of dexterity, it's a total game changer.
So that's all cool tech, right? But how does it actually translate to the real world? Well, we're not talking about prototypes anymore. These things are already on the clock, getting put to work.
And I'm not just talking theory here. Huge companies are already using these humanoids. Amazon's got them in their warehouses. BMW has them on their manufacturing lines. And you know what they're both trying to do? Solve a huge problem, not having enough workers. This is real life right now. It's not just some fancy press release.
But look, this is so much bigger than just filling a few job openings. What we're actually watching is the foundation of the next industrial revolution being built, brick by brick. And the scale of this? It's going to be massive.
The huge idea that's driving all of this is something called the AI factory. Think about it like this. Back in the first industrial revolution, what changed everything? Power plants, right? They made the electricity that fueled the entire modern world. Well, in this new era, AI factories are going to be the new power plants. But instead of electricity, they're cranking out digital intelligence. And that intelligence is the power that's going to run our physical world through these robots.
And that thought, well, it brings us to a pretty mind-blowing prediction from Elon Musk. He said humanoid robots will become the biggest industry in history. And when you think about that whole AI factory idea, you start to see why he'd say something that big. It's not just about a new product, it's about completely changing how physical work gets done. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with one final massive question. If these AI factories really are the new power plants, and humanoid robots are the machines they're powering, what is our world actually going to look like when somebody flips the on switch for all of them? Because this future, it's coming a whole lot faster than any of us thought.